Rod, afternoon to you. Let's break this one down. What are you sensing is happening here? Is this the usual Brussels versus Britain standoff that we're used to seeing in so many areas, or is this rather serious now?
Well, I think it's both. And actually, it certainly looks like a standoff. It certainly looks like a bit of stubbornness as these talks get underway again. But it's a real and present danger to everyone who's listening to the programme today, because disruption of cross-channel freight will have a real impact on us if we don't get the things we need. Now, this particular argument is over something called cabotage. And would you like me to try and explain that briefly?
Do explain it, Rod. It sounds intriguing already.
Well, it's a very obscure term which most people have not heard of, but it essentially allows lorry drivers who are coming from abroad to do some work after they've made their delivery in the UK, within the UK, before they go back. So the point of that is that it's very inefficient to run a lorry with an empty load. So it's a way of them putting something in the back of the lorry and taking it somewhere else, maybe to Coventry, and then picking up another load and taking it to Northampton, and then going back across the channel. And this is a good thing. And we've been doing this as part of the EU for a long time, and British lorry drivers can do it in the EU. All we're really asking for is for that to continue, because it benefits everyone. It's good for the environment too, because it doesn't mean empty loads. But the EU seem to have dug their heels in and said, no, Britain, you can't have that. That's something you had when you were in the EU, a single market, all that sort of thing. And we think that's jolly unfair, it's unhelpful, it's short-sighted, and we think it's ridiculous that this is a barrier to a deal with Europe.
And of course, but their argument is clear, I guess, Rod. They're simply saying, look, you're now a third party. You're not part of this, so you can't have the same benefits as if you were still in the EU.
Well, EU hauliers have always had a very big benefit from trading in the UK anyway, because what they do is they fill up with cheap fuel with a low fuel duty before they get onto the ferry at Calais. They come to the UK and they do all the work that they want to do in the UK and leave with empty tanks. That doesn't benefit the British economy. It doesn't benefit anyone apart from themselves. So that's a big advantage. Fuel here is more expensive. So we think it's unfair. Just a bit of give and take. That's what trade talks are all about, aren't they?
Where do you think this? Indeed. Sorry to talk across you, Rod. Your line slightly dropped out then, which is why I jumped in. In terms of where this story goes next, I mean, these are not. They appear to be anything but straightforward, these discussions. Where's the smart money on this, Rod?
Well, I'm not a betting man, and you'd be pretty broke betting on Brexit the best of times, wouldn't you, Ian? But I do think it is absolutely perfectly reasonable for the UK to take the stand they are taking, and I think it's in the interests of both parties, if we're really honest, for them to come to an agreement on this one.
And we'll watch with interest. Rod, thank you. Rod McKenzie, Managing Director of the Road Haulage Association, with us here on Talk Radio.